Welcome back, and today we're talking about the Misfit of Demon King Academy, and what a first episode. So like always, let's just jump into it. So episode 1 of the Misfit of Demon King Academy was a great episode. I just have to say that right off the bat. I mean, it showed us everything that we wanted to see, at least everything that I wanted to see, okay? I knew coming in after watching the trailer that the main character, the Demon Lord, his name was Anos. I know he was going to be OP, crazy. I mean, next level OP, and yeah, he definitely is. So I knew I was going to love this anime because honestly, animes with OP characters, that's why I love Cautious Hero. That's why I love the time I got reincarnated as a slime. I mean, if you give me an isekai with an OP hero, I'm all in. Now, this isn't quite an isekai. This is what I like to call like a reverse isekai, where, you know, somebody from like a fantasy world comes into our world, like our real world that we live in right now. Almost like the devil is a part-timer. That's another great kind of reverse isekai, where, you know, somebody came to our world and he was kind of OP, but that's a whole different video right there. But yeah, the Misfit of Demon King, I mean, it left a great impression after episode 1. And let me kind of tell you what this anime is essentially about. So the Demon Lord from, you know, 2,000 years ago decides that he wants peace. So he goes and sacrifices himself pretty much so he can be reborn 2,000 years later. And something that they didn't explain in this first episode, which I'm probably thinking it covered like 2 or 3 manga chapters. But before he died, he created 8 kind of offsprings from his blood that were kind of there to pass on his bloodline so he can be reincarnated 2,000 years later. That's why we got the pure bloods and the half demons and stuff like that. But that, you know, this first episode was just great. Now, my one thing is, and I kind of wish they would have covered, at least would have covered it from the manga, was whenever he was born, his parents were trying to give him his name, and he pretty much said, nah, my name is Anos Voldegord, like the name of the Demon Lord that he was 2,000 years earlier. So as soon as he was born, he was able to talk. And on top of that, we got like a little snippet of a flashback where, you know, he was a baby, and boom, just like that, he was like a kid. And then again, he does the same spell, and boom, he becomes a teenager. That's why we see the mom kind of saying, oh, in just a month, you've grown so much. But yeah, it was essentially him being so crazy OP and using some of the spells that he knows to make himself grow faster, just for convenience sake, right? Because he found out about the academy that's supposed to be choosing the next demon lord, and that's why he did it, so he can attend the academy and reclaim his throne. Now, the big events that happened in this episode, right? He fought one of the Hindus. I guess it's a pure blood noble family, and I guess in the academy they really don't like either half-bloods or human people or whatever coming in and beating nobles. And that's why we see the brothers, they're from the Hindu family or whatever, they're irrelevant. The Demon Lord Anos made sure they were irrelevant. I mean, and in the manga, it was a little bit different as well. The fight went pretty much the same way. Anos destroyed that kid. I mean, just absolutely destroyed him. I think he killed him like 8 or 7 times. I mean, it was crazy. But in the manga, it was more brutal. Like, you actually saw the body parts. Every time he snapped his fingers, he would just get cut into like little itty bitty parts. I mean, it was a gruesome scene. That's why I was kind of like, you know, wanting to see if they were going to keep the brutality of that scene in the anime. And they didn't, but it was still brutal. I mean, you can see the blood and stuff like that. It was an awesome scene. Now, that's when the first chapter of the manga ended. And that's why I'm thinking this definitely adapted a little bit more. It cut off a little bit at the beginning because in the first chapter, we see that the Demon King, he's actually kind of talking to the hero, saying, you know what, it's time for peace. I'm going to go away. I'm going to come back in 2,000 years. Let there be peace. And now, one thing that I kind of hope they go into is, you know, yes, he's the Demon King and stuff like that, and he does some evil stuff. I mean, he killed this dude 8 times just to prove a point. But in the first chapter, we see that when he was talking to the hero, he was saying, look, we're in this war, but us demons, right, we're also protecting things, right? It's a war where there's 2 sides to the war. We don't know who's right, we don't know who's wrong. All we do know is that either side, both sides are protecting something important. So I don't think the Demon King is going to be like a brutal villain, but I did like the line he said when he said, you know, that the Demon King is somebody that uses his power to bend everybody to his will. Now, I do agree 100% that he's going to do that. Now, from the first episode, I am really loving this anime. I mean, 10 out of 10. For me, it hit all my check boxes. I'm not saying the anime by the end of all 12 or 13 episodes it gets, it's gonna be like the best anime in the world. But for my enjoyment, I definitely love every single second of it, and I can't wait till I get more. Now, we have some great animes coming, right? We got Re:Zero, we got The God of High School. Heck, we even got SAO, the final Alicization part. So those animes are really going to be great, but I know what to expect from those animes. So the fact that the Misfit of Demon King came in and absolutely shattered everything that I wanted, I mean, it was just awesome. I really am loving this anime. Hopefully all the other ones coming in for the summer of 2020 are just as great, because this one definitely, you know, set the tier really high. So I mean, it's just great. So if you haven't seen the Misfit of Demon King Academy, definitely check it out. But if you have seen the episode, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.